Namo Buddhaya, brother and sister in the Dhamma. Welcome to lesson 4 for Pali chanting for beginners with brother Ling Huat. Before we start, please fold our palms with composed mind. We shall recite the opening salutation. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Buddhang Saranang Gacchami. Dhammang Saranang Gacchami. Saṅghaṃ saranang gacchāmi. Tutiyampi buddhaṃ saranang gacchāmi. Tutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchāmi. Tutiyampi saṅghaṃ saranang gacchāmi. Tatiyampi buddhaṃ saranang gacchāmi. Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchāmi. Tatiyampi saṅghaṃ saranang gacchāmi. Panatipata veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Adinnādana veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Phamesu Miccācara veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Musavada veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Surameraya maccapamatatthana veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Imani panca sikkhapadani samadhiyami. Imani panca sikkhapadani samadhiyami. Imani panca sikkhapadani samadhiyami. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now, we cordially invite Brother Ling Huat to start the session. Over to you, Brother Ling Huat.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, Sasmitra, for organizing this session again. Okay, so last week we have actually briefly talked about the virtues of the Buddha. The 9 virtues of the Buddha we have actually covered. We were saying that why do we need to take refuge in Buddha, Dhamma, and Saṅgha? So when we take refuge in him, we must know why we take refuge in him. So we went through his qualities. At least we know that the Buddha has these specific qualities. These are the 9 qualities that the Buddha has that any other person may not have. So we try to emulate his qualities. So that's why, and then we take refuge in him because he's a special one. So we have gone through the 9 qualities of the Buddha. We have covered Itipiso Bhagava. He's an Arahang. He's a Samma Sambuddho. He's a Vijja Charana Sampanno. He's a Sugato, he's a Lokavidu, he's Anuttaro Purisa Dhammasarati, Satta Deva Manussanang, Buddho Bhagavati. So we have gone through all his qualities as the Arahan, the Sama Sambuddha. He's the Vijacharana Sampanno. We have said that he's a Sugato, he's also a Lokavidu. And then we say there is Anuttaro Purisa Dhamma. And there is a Satta Deva Manussanang, teachers of gods and men. Is a Buddha, and then again we say the Bhagava. So these are the 9 qualities of the Buddha. We must try to recite and reflect on these qualities. There's the purpose of chanting the Buddha Vandanā. Okay, I will just briefly tell you, these are not comprehensive, like I've said, and there are many views and many ways to describe the qualities of the Buddha. So you can describe it any way you want, but of course, If we have got a Sutra study class, we can go in very much detail, but that will be later. Later, maybe we can do this more in detail. What do you mean on all those things? So today we will cover on the qualities of the Dhamma, and also I think I will try to finish off with the qualities of the Saṅgha. And then your chanting session, you also try to finish that off. So next week we'll do the Buddha Puja, then we'll be followed by the Metta Sutta, and if time permits, we'll cover the Mangala Sutta also. So what are the 6 qualities of the Dhamma? So we chant this way normally: Dhamma swakato bhagavata dhammo sandittiko akaliko ehi passiko opanayiko pacchatang veditabbo vinyuhiti. Swakato bhagavata dhammo sandittiko akaliko ehi passiko opanayiko pacchatang veditabbo vinyuhiti. So what it says here is the 6 qualities of Dhamma, which is swakato. This Dhamma is not speculative. Okay, this Dhamma is actually of the universal truth. I like to explain this way, it's easier to understand. So our Dhamma is not only a philosophy. These are universal truths. We can prove to ourselves later. Example, law of karma. Whether you know or not the law of karma, it affects you. Whether you know or not, believer or non-believer of karma, whatever you do, it will affect you. Example, the law of gravity. Whether you know or not how to calculate the law of gravity, the impact of a fall and all those things, whether you know or not, if you fall, you will be affected by that fall, isn't it? If you jump from a 5-story building, that will be the impact of the 5-story building. You need not have to be an engineer to calculate, but you will feel the impact. So also like the karma, law of karma, you don't have to be a believer, but it affects you. Like law of gravity, you like it or not, gravity applies to you. So this is why we call it the universal law. So Dhamma is actually of universal truth. It is not a Buddhist philosophy only. Example, we gave you example of law of karma, rebirth, and all those things. These are all of universal truth. And then we like to say that it is excellent in the beginning, excellent in the middle, and excellent in the end. So what does that mean? It means to say that for us, there are 3 stages of the Dhamma. We remember it's always start with Sila. Sila is the beginning of the Dhamma. So the Sila, the Buddha says, is excellent. Okay? Sila, and the next step of the Dhamma is called Samadhi. Samadhi is concentration. Buddha says is excellent. And Panya, wisdom, is also excellent. So it is excellent in the beginning, excellent in the middle, excellent in the end. Does not mean it is better in the beginning, better at the end, or what. No, they are all the same. They're all excellent in the beginning. And they're also as excellent as is in the middle, and excellent as is in the end. Why? Again, we say here, sometimes we hear people saying that I'm just a beginner, I'm just a practitioner, I'm just begin. So you all practice so much more than us earlier. Maybe it's better for you. Not true at all. It is as excellent for you as a beginner also. Okay, as a beginner, this Dhamma can help you as much as it can help a person who has practiced earlier. In those who are already halfway, they think they're halfway. They are also good. And also some advanced practitioners, they are also as good. Does not make any difference. I will not say that the advanced practitioners are better, the experience better. No. The Buddha says is excellent in the beginning. So all those beginners, don't feel so inferior that you are beginners, or you may not have the full benefit of the Dhamma. Not true, completely untrue. You have the full benefit of the Dhamma as a beginner also. As much as I will have the full benefit of Dhamma, as much as even the senior monks will have the full benefit of the Dhamma. It is good for everybody. No such thing as this level enjoys better, that level enjoys better. So the Buddha made it very clear, it is good in the beginning, it is good in the middle, and it is good in the end. Okay? So that is what it means. For beginners, for middle practitioners and also for the advanced practitioners, this Dhamma is equally as good. Okay, it's not better for anybody at any level. Although sometimes we say that Dhamma has 3 categories, we say Sila first, Samadhi, and Panya. Yeah. Okay, so then we say that Swakato Dhamma is not speculative, Dhamma is of universal truth, and is good in the beginning, good in the middle, and good in the end. And I've explained to you what is the meaning of good in the beginning, good in the middle, and good in the end. And then the Sanditiko, this Dhamma is testable by practice and known by direct experience. Sanditiko is all of direct experience and can be tested by practice. The Dhamma is not something, let me say, it's not philosophical. This is not the Buddha's philosophy. This is the Buddha's experience. Okay, the Dhamma is about his experience, and now we are trying to go through his experience. The Buddha is not coining this up, He did not invent the Dhamma. He found the Dhamma. But the Dhamma existed all along, except it has been lost. That's why it's called it the ancient path. This path was anciently followed many eons before, many generations before, but it was lost. So that's why the Buddha says he found the truth, and this you can actually test it and direct experience. So sometimes when we say Buddhism is not a philosophy, Buddhism is not a theory. Buddhism is experiential, from experience. Whose experience? From the Buddha's experience. The Buddha is not talking out of the blues. The Buddha has experienced everything that he tells us. Okay, so that's what it means by experiential. So the Dhamma is experiential. And Akaliko is able to bestow timeless and immediate results here and now, for which there is no need to wait until future or next existence. You see, when we say that the Dhamma can be timeless, the effect of the Dhamma, sometimes many religions we say that we wait until we die, then we experience the fruit of our good deeds. But in Buddhism, no. You can experience the result, the phala of your magga, of your practice, of the path that you follow. You can experience now. Example, if you are a very kind person, if you are a very kind person who follows the teachings of the Buddha, you practice a lot of dana. The first practice we say is also dana. Now, dana is the first practice, dana. So if you are a very charitable person, respectable person, very humble, very kind, then what is your immediate result? Your immediate result is people will respect you. All right? You don't need until you die, people respect you. If you're a good person, people will respect you now. Don't have to wait until you die. Number one. And also Nibbana can be experienced also now. When you're alive. Nibbana can be experienced even when you're alive. You don't wait until you die to experience Nibbana. When you live and you're given up greed, hatred, and delusion, you have given up. You are an arahant. Okay? If you can live without greed, without hatred, without delusion, you are an arahant. And you can experience Nibbana then. You don't wait until you die to experience Nibbana. That's why it is timeless. Okay, Akaliko, then we say, Ehi Pasiko, that we say, come and test Dhamma lah. Dhamma is to be experienced for yourself. That's what I just said. If you follow the Dhamma, if you follow the 5 precepts, people will respect you. If you do a lot of dana, you uphold your sila, people will respect you. So it is called experiential, and you can put this to test and see whether it's true or not true lah. So it's also known as Opanaiko. Remember Opanaiko, Pachatang Veditabo Vinyuhiti. Opanaiko is being entered upon and therefore worthy to be followed as part of one's life. The Dhamma is worthy to be followed. Yeah, you follow the Dhamma, it is very, very, very worthy. And Pachatang Veditabo Vinyuhiti, the Dhamma may be perfectly realized only by the noble disciples who have matured and enlightened enough in supreme wisdom. Yeah. So the Dhamma is to be realized, can be realized. Okay. So these are the 6 qualities of Dhamma which we will just skim through, like I've said. Okay, so now we go to Saṅgha Vandanā. What is Saṅgha Vandanā? So after we have learned the Dhamma Vandanā, we also will do the Saṅgha Vandanā. We hope to finish this tonight. Okay, Saṅgha Vandanā, also the virtues of the Saṅgha. So we say Supatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho. Okay, so I will recite for you once. Supatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho. Ujupatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho. Nyayapatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho. Samici patipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho. Yadidang Chattari Purisa Yugani Atta Purisa Puggala Esa Bhagavato Savaka Sangho. Ahuneyo Ahuneyo Dakineyo Anjali Karaniyo Anuttarang Punyaketang Lokasati. So this is the Saṅgha Vandanā, which is actually, we are talking about the qualities, the 9 qualities again of the Saṅgha. Why do we need to respect the Saṅgha? Correct, because we need to know what, because we respect the Saṅgha and we are taking refuge in the Buddha, Dhamma and Saṅgha. So we need to know why. So the 8 kinds of noble ones are collectively known as the Saṅgha. The non-Arya ones, the Samutti Saṅgha, who have the same views and same moral practice as the noble ones. Arya Saṅgha, also included in the Saṅgha. So we have got the Arya Saṅgha and the Samutti Saṅgha. Those who are the Arya are the noble ones, and those are higher achievers, we call them the noble ones. So the Saṅgha, being endowed with 9 supreme attributes, should be highly honored and venerated. Saṅgha community has the same 9 qualities as follows. What are the qualities of the Saṅgha? Supatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho. That means the disciples of the Blessed One practice well in the threefold training of morality, concentration, and wisdom. They practice well in this noble eightfold path. This morality, concentration, and wisdom is called Sila, Samadhi, Panya, which is the eightfold path. The eightfold path can be categorized into these 3 categories of Sila, Samadhi, and Panya. So these Saṅgha members are actually, they practice well in this threefold training practice of Sila, Samadhi, and Panya, which is morality. They are people of good moral values. They are people who can focus on whatever they do, and they are wise people. That's why we take refuge in them. Ujupatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho. Here we say that the disciples of the Blessed One practice righteously the threefold training. They are very righteous. They are righteous people. Nyayapatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho. The disciples of the Blessed One practice for what? To realize Nibbana. They put in a lot of effort for this practice, for the realization of Nibbana. Ahuneyo, Pahuneyo. Okay, we go to Ahuneyo. Ahuneyo means being worthy of receiving offerings brought even from afar. There's a historical thing about this one. Okay, never mind. We just say are worthy of receiving offerings brought even from afar. Why the Buddha says they are also worthy of receiving offerings, Because during the time of the Buddha, the Brahmanic period, the Brahmins are known to be very high class. I put it bluntly that they, as though they have a connection with God, they got telephone call, they can talk to God. Nobody has access to communication with God except them, That was the belief. So everybody will go to see them and give them all the offering, give them jewelry, give them offering to get their blessings. So they communicate with God and tell God that you're a very nice person. So that was a common belief. So the Buddha tell them that no. Buddha's disciples are worthy of such veneration also. Because Buddha's disciples are people who are blessed with the threefold training. They are well practiced with the threefold training. You know, they practice it righteously, and they practice to realize Nibbana. So these are the people who are worthy of actually, not these Brahmins who are actually, they are family people sometimes. You know. So they are cheating the public actually. So the Buddha made a point to say that no, his disciples are also worthy of such veneration. And again, ahuneyo pahutu, worthy of receiving offerings brought from all the offerings you have brought, you can also give to our disciples. But our disciples will only accept the 4 requisites. Remember, the Buddha's disciple will not accept your jewelry. They will only accept the food, give them the ropes, to give them the shelter and the medicine. That's all. So they are worthy of this kind of hospitality and gifts. So number 5, the Buddha says, they are worthy of receiving offerings brought even from afar. Pahuneyo means being worthy of receiving offerings specially set aside for guests, your hospitality. Your hospitality, whatever offering you have, these people actually receive. You have nice lodging for them to stay, build the temple for them, they are worthy of this kind of things. So Dakineyo, worthy of receiving offerings offered, we believe that offering will bear fruits for future existence. So Dakineyo, you give them these offerings, you get very good karma, not those Brahmins, they are just bluffing, you know. So you want to have a better rebirth, you know, good rebirth, or say this offering give you a lot of merits, in short, the Buddha says, they can bear you merits to help you in a future existence. Dakineyo and Anjali Karaniyo is worthy of receiving referential salutation. Now we are taking refuge in the Buddha because they are worthy of it. Because the Buddha's disciples those days, many are arahants, so they are worthy of such respect and all this. Yeah. So then again he says here, Anuttarang punya ketang lokasati, being unsurpassed, incomparable, fertile field for planting of seeds of merits in the world. And we can get a lot of merits by looking after these people. But they are very virtuous, they are homeless people, they are worthy of your gifts. The benefit of reflecting the quality of Dhamma is if you can reflect. So when we chant, you know, I always say that we must reflect, you know. So when we chant, we must know that these monks, when we respect them and when we chant the qualities of the Saṅgha, so we must know that Supatipanno Bhagavato, we must reflect that these people are not greedy. These people don't get angry unnecessarily, or they don't get angry, and they are not deluded. So we must see that these people, so when we reflect on these qualities of these people, we know that these are the people who has given up or trying very hard to give up greed, hatred, and delusion. These are the 3 poisons in our life. Why is greed the poison? See, when you are greedy, you tend to be very selfish. You are greedy, correct? And then you won't see things clearly, like you're blinded by this greed. And then when you get that, you don't even, when you don't get what you want, what happens is you get angry, you know. So you become angry, you know. So there's greed, hatred, and delusion. Anger is all under hatred. Hatred and anger all go together. So when you're greedy, you don't get, you become angry, and then you're deluded. Delusion. Delusion means you think that these things that you get will bring you permanent happiness. You think that you get this car, you have permanent happiness. You think that you get this house is permanent happiness. You think that you get this position in your career is permanent happiness. But we learn that these are not permanent happiness. These are only temporary happiness. It stimulates, it will stir up more greed. It builds up your ego. So that's why we have to be very careful. When we reflect the quality of the Saṅgha, we must know that we must give up greed, hatred, and delusion, and try to be very equanimous in life. So we say that you try to be equanimous. So when you reflect on these qualities, he's respectful and referential, so you become respectful to the Saṅgha. So that is why we reflect on this. So we also want to emulate the qualities of the Saṅgha. So that what we say is, we always say that then our life becomes equanimous. I don't get too greedy, And this equanimity also, we just spend extra 10 seconds on equanimity. Equanimity is also like reaching the state of inner peace. Right? When you're equanimous means you have a state of inner peace. It does not mean that your emotion, but it does not mean that emotions are sensitive, insensitive, Don't get it wrong that you become insensitive, not ethic to people anymore. Not true. It just means that it doesn't mean that your life has no more colors, Doesn't mean that you live a life of a zombie, To be equanimous, like the Buddha is equanimous, does not mean that the Buddha is not sensitive to your feelings. Does not mean that the Buddha is not sensitive to your emotions. Does not mean that the Buddha is also insensitive to everything. No more color in his life, like a zombie. No. The only thing is that he has no more excessive attachment. So the excessive attachment is what we must overcome today. We know that all these attachments, that our mind is clear, we can see things, that this attachment, these things that you want, is leading you to a lot of greed. Not getting it, it leads you to hatred. And then you become deluded. Deluded, and you can do a lot of silly things because you don't get it. You talk bad about the person, you start killing. See countries go to war because of delusion. Because they're deluded, they think that this is all permanent happiness for their people. So they go to war. So now we must remain equanimous so that we understand these things can happen, this thing has to happen. We can see it clearly that we must try to let go. We must get out of samsara. That is what our purpose is. Our purpose to be Buddhist so that we can understand things and we can get out of samsara. Okay? So we slow down things that we want to do. We speak good about things. We don't do silly things. We examine our mind. Before we do anything, we examine our mind. Because our mind is always the prey to external factors. We are always prey to external factors. We can talk about this again later, but briefly, so that's why we have to respect the Saṅgha. The Saṅgha is supposed to be away from all this. It is the Arya Saṅgha that we talk about. The 8 kind of people during the Buddha's time. The 8 kind of personality. So one day we will touch on that also. These are the 8 kinds of people, the Arya Saṅgha. The Arya Saṅgha, so we take refuge in them. Not in all Saṅghas, but in the Arya Saṅghas. Okay, so with that, I think I have briefly covered to you the qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, and Saṅgha. Anybody got any questions before we go into breakup rooms?
Brother Tana, Nancy here.
Yeah, Nancy.
Yeah, I want to ask is because what I see now, what we see in this the war between the Palestine and the Israel, this involve the Islam and the Christians. But what I see is in Buddhism or among Buddhists, we don't create war. So I'm interested is why we manage to do that, but not in Islam and Christianity. That's my question.
Okay. No, if I understand it correctly, this war that we have is not a religious war, From what I understand, it is more about land issues. It is not about religious war. They are not fighting about philosophy and ideology. They are fighting for land. So we are not here to say who is right and who's wrong, but basically the correction here is it is not a religious war, as far as I understand. It is about, I think our Prime Minister last time I said it also, this is not a religious war. This is actually the war for people taking other people's land. That's all. It's not religious war. And this kind of war, like we say, it is all because of anger. We have spoken about greed, hatred, and delusion, So when I want that peace I don't get, I become angry, I don't want to go into detail because it becomes very political. By example, if I want your piece of land, I don't get, I become angry, So this anger will lead to hatred, And this hatred will manifest. and manifest and manifest and builds your anger. And then your anger then becomes very angry. So you become deluded. You see, that you think that owning that property, like example, owning that property will make you perpetually happy. That is how we look at it. This is the religious point of view. It is not political. We feel that maybe because if they can realize that even you own this piece of land or you own that piece of land, it will not make you happy for life. You will still have a lot of other issues in life. Life is about confronting issues. Jati pi dukkha, jara pi dukkha. Remember? Vyadi pi dukkho, maranang pi dukkhaṃ. When you are born, you face a lot of suffering. So there are a lot of suffering come in many forms now. Particularly the cause is because of greed, craving. That's the main cause. So the main cause of this war is not religious. Don't get it wrong, sister. Yeah, it is not religious. So it's only that maybe they made it religious, but it is not religious in nature. Yeah.
I get you.
Yeah, so it's not religious in nature. It's about land. Yeah, okay. Okay.
Nama Budaya.
Yeah.
Nama Budaya, Brother Tan.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm Tung here.
Yes, then, yeah.
Yeah, I have a question. Sometimes we hear people say sila, sometimes we hear sila. So
okay.
I'm wondering which one is correct. And
Okay.
are they referring the same thing or something to do with the plural and singular? Thank you.
Yes, sister. Yes. That time you asked me about the Buddha and Buddha.
Yeah,
also,
exactly.
And I answered you wrongly, because then later they told me that you did not mean that the plural Buddha. I know what you mean. Okay, for the alphabet A, sometimes it's pronounced as and sometimes it's pronounced as A. So as far as the and the A is pronounced short, if the A doesn't have the hyphen on the top, you pronounce as A. Fine with me. It is also correct. It can be A or it can be Yeah. Okay. We have our alphabet. Our alphabet does not differentiate between the A and the but we accept both pronunciation. If you say the Buddha, there is single Buddha. Okay. But if you say Buddha, then it's plural. So also sila, we can say sila and we say sila. Sila very seldom said because that is called morality. So we don't use sila, We say sila. I is long, A is short. So if you choose to say sila, fine. Short A, the A must be short. And that is correct because our A has no difference between A and unfortunately. But okay, then you go to the Sri Lankan alphabets. Yes, they have. Sri Lankan alphabets have extra alphabets for A and So theirs is yes, but ours, there are rule of the thumb. They say it appears first is second is rule of the thumb, but there is no fixed rule at all. I cannot give you a fixed pattern that this is here and there. I cannot. Although there are rule of the thumb, that sometimes people say if there are two A's, then one is one is and all those things. It applies to many cases, but not 100% correct. So if you say sila, perfect. If you say sila, perfect. But don't say sila, then it's completely wrong. Don't write the A. You can say but make sure it's short. So if you say, I told you last time, is Buddha means plural, 28 Buddhas. Yes, that Buddha is A with a dash. That means that it's a long Buddha. But if you choose to pronounce Buddha, fine. It's also correct. Exactly the same as Buddha. Although I always say Buddha. There are people who pronounce as Buddha. Yes, but make sure it's short, sister. So sila or sila.
Okay. Thank you.
So there is no difference for us. We don't have the alphabet to say and R. But through experience later, you will know that when we use and R, that is through experience, and there are many rule of the thumb kind of cases. If I can find a better answer for you, I will explain again, sister. But for the time being, I will tell you that our alphabet does not give a difference. We
Correct.
accept both and the but short. Not
Okay.
is plural.
Okay,
Long
thank
A
you.
is plural. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Yes, thank you. I choose to say Sila Samadhi Panya. Yes, some people say Sila Samadhi Panya. Yes, agree. Okay, anybody else? Otherwise, we will move into breakup rooms.
Brother,
Yeah.
we spoke about the 9 virtues of the Buddha. All these 9 virtues concerning our enlightened master, right?
Yeah.
However, the Dhamma, Vandanā, is about the Dhamma to us that matters in our life, meaning that when you read the Dhamma, you know that it can be self-realized by you and is not subject to time, it's also by you. So investigating it is also by you. So what it points at, Dhamma actually speaks to that about us, our life, offering us a very powerful and pragmatic solutions that is applicable and relevant to our life. That is Dhamma. What is your comments?
Can you come back to the last few lines? I missed that.
It is defined like Dhamma speaks to us about our life.
Yes.
Anything that matters to our life, and the Dhamma offer you very powerful and pragmatic solutions that is applicable and relevant to our life. The Dhamma actually, the teaching is about our life. So it's called the qualities of the Dhamma, not the virtues of the Dhamma.
Yes, yeah, okay. Agreed, sorry. The qualities of the Dhamma is more accurate. Yeah, okay, fine, agreed. Yeah. It is known as the qualities of the Dhamma, brother. Yes, not virtues. The virtues is of a person.
Yeah.
Sorry, maybe a slip of the tongue. I say virtues of the Dhamma, is it? Okay. These are the 6 qualities of the Dhamma. Okay, agreed. Yeah. So next question, brother.
Correct. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, Saṅgha, maybe you can say the qualities of the Saṅgha, the virtues of the Saṅgha. Okay. Okay, brother, agree. Yeah, maybe still of tongue I say virtues, but maybe it's more accurate in English. But of course, okay, for certain things we just use the Pali term and say it's the Dhamma Vandanā, then I think it's more accurate. Okay, yes.
Thank you.
Okay, sorry, yeah. Okay, so if there are no more further questions, or we come back later, let's go to the breakup room and come back to the main room at 10 minutes to 10.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Okay, for Dhamma Vandanā, we look through the tricks here, difficult part, the double syllable. So the swak, remember the double K. So swak, kato, bhagavata, dhammo. Okay, sandit, double T. Sanditiko, akaliko, ehipassiko. A is long. Ehipassiko. The I is short, so don't say ehipassiko. No. Ehipassiko, opanaiko, patchatang. Double C, double T. So patchatang. Remember the M with the dot is pronounced as NG. So patchatang. Sister Sumitra kindly put the TANG. Patchatang. Veditabo. Vinyuhi. Remember last week we mentioned this he actually is vinyuhi. Vinyuhi short. But we always say the end of the sentence, we can drag the I. And then this T means the end like that. So in this case, we can drag the 2 I's. So it should be Vinyuhiti. Or you can say Vinyuhiti. Okay? So I shall just chant, and then we go through. I will just chant it once, and then we just go through. Whether we have done it last week or not, we'll just go through. So I chant it once, and then Brother Lee, Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Sandittiko Akaliko Ehipassiko Opanaiko Pacchatang Veditabbo Vinyuhiti. Okay. Brother Lee? Okay.
Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Sandittiko Akaliko Ehipassiko Opanaiko Pacchatang Veditabbo Vinyuhiti.
Sadhu, Brother Lee. Very good. Excellent, no mistakes. Okay, Sister Nancy.
Okay. Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Sandittiko Akaliko Ehipassiko Opanaiko Pacchatang Veditabbo Vinyuhiti.
Yes, good. Sadhu, good. Okay,
Thank you.
no mistakes. Good. Sister here.
Okay. Sakato Bhagavata Dhammo Santittiko Akaliko Ehipassiko Opanaiko Pacchattam Vaditabbo Venuhiti.
Okay. The end with I call it a muruku lah. The end with the muruku, the last line is near.
Yeah.
Near.
Vinyuhiti.
Yes, vinyu. Double ends with the double muruku there, so you have to make it very obvious. Vinyu. Vinyuhiti.
Vinyuhiti.
Yes. And then the first word, the SV. V is pronounced as W.
Swakato.
Yes, swakato. And then this one I think is more careless than not knowing the double. Dhammo.
Dhammo.
Dhammo. Yes.
Okay.
And then this one is a common mistake. Opanaiko.
Opanaiko.
Yes, don't say yes. Opanaiko. So the dragging is only at the O.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Sister. Next one. Sister Hong Kiang.
Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Sandittiko Akaliko Ehipassiko Opananiko Pacchatang Veditabbo Vinyuhiti.
Oh, Sister Hong Kiang, you have improved very much from the first lesson. Very good. Yes, good. Okay, only the last line. Okay, is Pacchatang Veditabbo, double B.
Venitabbo.
Okay, vinyu. The double N is a bit difficult. It has the sound coming out from the nose. Vinyuhiti. Okay, good. You try the whole line. Pacchatang
Veditabbo Vinyuhiti.
Very good. Wow, vast difference from your first lesson. I'm very happy for you. Sister Hong Kiang. Right. The next one, Sister Cindy.
Thank you, Sister.
Okay.
Swahato Bhagavata Dhammo Satihiko Akaliko Ihipasiko Opaniko Pachatang Viditabu Vinyuhiti.
All right. Now, we go through, I think you're
Okay.
not very familiar with chanting, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, so good try for a newcomer. So we just brush up a little bit. So you
Okay.
follow me. Swak. Remember that the V is
Swak.
W. So it's
Okay.
Swakato
Swakato
Bhagavata
Bhagavata
Dhammo.
Dhammo
Okay, so Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo.
Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo
Very good. Sanditiko
Sanditiko
Akaliko.
Akaliko
Okay, Sanditiko Akaliko.
Sanditiko Akaliko
Ehipasiko
Ehipasiko
Opanaiko
Opanaiko
Achatang
Pachatang
Veditabo
Veditabo
Vinyuhiti.
Vinyuhiti.
Okay, so you practice, Sister Cindy,
Okay, thank you so much,
Okay.
sister.
All right. I see you next week. And then next time, Sister Ang.
Okay. Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Sanditiko Akaliko Ehipasiko Opanayiko Pachatang Veditabo Vinyuhiti.
Oh, very nice. I think you're very familiar with chanting. Okay.
Thank you, sister.
Okay. Pasiko. The double S. Pasiko. Ehipas.
Pasiko.
Yes. And then Opanayiko.
Opanayiko.
No, don't want to na. Opanayiko.
Opanayiko.
Yes, that's right. Okay, good. Next one.
Thank you, sister.
Then Sister Doreen.
Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Satitiko Ahidiko Etipasiko Opanayito
Okay, all right. Come, let me help you, Sister. I think last week you weren't around, is it?
No.
Okay. You just go through. Remember the V is W, okay?
Oh,
So it's Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo.
Swakato Bhagavato Dhammo
Bhagavata Dhammo.
Bhagavata Dhammo
Sandit, double T. Sanditiko Akaliko.
Sanditiko Akaliko
Good. Ehipasiko Opanaiko.
Ehipasiko Opanayiko
Pasiko. You must emphasize. Emphasize the double S.
Pasiko
Yes. Ehipasiko
Ehipassiko.
Yes. Opanaiko.
Opanaiko.
And Pachatang.
Pachatang.
Veditabo.
Veditabo.
Vinyuhi.
Vinyuhiti.
Yes, good. You go and practice a bit more, should be no problem. Okay, sister? Okay, next one, Sister Pixie.
Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Santitiko Akaliko Ehipassiko Uppanaiko Pachatang Veditabo Vinyuhiti.
Right, very good. Okay, good. So we finish.
Isaac, that
Easy,
one.
okay.
Sorry,
Okay.
sorry. Sister,
Okay,
my first time
Siti.
doing this, I try,
Ah.
I do.
You want me to go through with you first?
Oh, it's okay. I do my best.
Okay, good.
Okay. Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Sanditiko Akaliko Ehipassiko Opanaiko Pachatang Veditabo Vinyuhiti.
Oh, for first time is good. Okay, good, good. Just let me see. Bhagavata. The first line, Bhagavata.
All right, Bhagavata. Okay.
The A's should be dragged. Then Akaliko. You drag.
Akaliko.
You drag the.
Akaliko.
Not Aka. The first A is short. The second A is a long one. So it should be Akaliko.
Akaliko.
Yes,
Okay.
Akaliko. And then the next one, okay, this one. Opanaiko.
Opanaiko.
Not na. Opanaiko.
Opanaiko. Na.
Okay. The long one, the long vowel is O. The two O's must be dragged. Okay. Then the A and the I are all short.
Opanaiko. Okay.
Yes, correct.
Opanaiko. Right.
Okay. Right. So good, good. Okay, we are done. Finished. You finished this one. We go to Saṅgha Vandanā. Okay, Saṅgha Vandanā, I go through with you. I will point out the tricky part. Okay, Supati, all are short. Supati Panno. The double N, emphasize Panno. So there must be a short pause. Panno. So Supati Panno. See, Sister Sumitra is so efficient. Okay, Bhagavato, not Vato, Bhagavato. We go through again. Supatipanno Bhagavato. No double T. This one is familiar also. The Swakato also we have. Savaka Saṅgho. The N with a dot on top, remember, is pronounced as NG, sound. So it's Saṅgho. So S-A-N-G, Sister Sumitra already very quick. So Saṅgho, go, remember? So Supatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Saṅgho. Then Ujupatipanno. Ujupatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Saṅgho. Then this one, N with a muruku on top, the blue. Sister Sumitra has used a blue color. So it's nya, like nyanyi, like the Malay word. So it's nyaya, Nyaya Patipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Samichi Patipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho. Okay, so the tricks, the pitfalls here, or the usual mistakes, the end with a dot, Sangho. Then the end with the muruku, nyaya, nyaya. That, okay, nyaya patipanno. The rest okay. So I just chant once. Supatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujupatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyayapatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Samicipatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho. Okay, you see the last line, Sami, the chi is short. So for you to make sure it is short, you join the chi with the pa. So it's Samicipat. Samicipatipanno. Okay? Alright, let's go. Brother Lee.
Sister, can I check with you?
Yeah.
For the highlight O, or the Saṅgho, you normally take 2 seconds or 3 seconds to tarik the Saṅgho.
The Saṅgho, okay. I think 3 is a bit long lah. So you say Supatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho. You can make it a bit longer than the others because it's at the end. It's at the end of the sentence, so we make it a bit longer. So I think you're right lah.
So sometimes they tarik very long one. I heard some.
Yeah. They tarik very long usually.
Very long
Especially the monks. I think they will tarik very long.
Okay, thank you.
For us, Supatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho. A bit longer lah. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Brother Lee.
Supatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho. Ujupatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho. Nyayapatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho. Samicipatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho.
Okay, excellent. Except the Saṅgho, I think they are a bit influenced by the Thai pronunciation, but for with the Pali phonetics, the N with the dot on top is already Saṅ. So S-A-N-G is Saṅ. Then G-H-O is another syllable. So it's Saṅgho. Okay, Brother Lee? So Saṅgho, the rest, it's very good. Okay, next one. Nancy, Sister Nancy.
Okay. Supatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho. Ujupatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho. Nyanya Patipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho. Samicipatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho.
Yes, very good. Okay, but this one, the nyaya. Yes, nyaya patipanno.
Nyanya Patipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho.
Can you say the first one again? The nyaya.
Nyanya
Not not nyanya. It's nyaya.
Nyaya.
Yes.
Nyaya. Okay. Nyaya Patipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho.
Yes. Nyaya. Yeah, short, huh?
Nyanya. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Nyaya Patipanno. Okay?
Okay.
Right.
Thank
Good.
you.
Right. Thank you, Sister Nancy. Okay, Sister Help.
Okay. Supatipano Bhagavato Savaka Sangho. Ujupatipano Bhagavato Savaka Sangho. Nyaya Patipano Bhagavato Savaka Sangho. Samici Patipano Bhagavato Savaka Sangho.
All right. Okay. Panno. The N. The panno, you must have a short pause between the two N. Okay. Supatipanno.
Supatipanno.
Ujupatipanno.
Ujupatipanno.
Of course, the O we must try. I forgot. Nyaya patipanno.
Nyaya patipanno.
Samici patipanno.
Samici patipanno.
Panno.
Samici patipanno.
Samici patipanno.
Samici patipanno.
Not samici. The A and the I are long. Okay, so it should be Samici patipanno.
Samici patipanno.
I think maybe I confused you a bit. The A is long, the first I is long, and then the second I is short.
Samici patipanno.
Excellent. Yes, good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Help. Next time, Sister Angka.
Supatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho. Ujupatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho. Nyaya Patipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho. Samici Patipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho.
Yes, Sister. Very good, Sister Hong Kiang. Okay. Thai influence. Okay. So this one, we do the Pali one. Again, this Saṅgho.
Saṅgho.
Yeah, because S-A-N with a dot, we actually pronounce it as Sister Sumitra put on top, S-A-N-G, then G-H-O, 2 syllable. S-A-N-G first syllable, G-H-O second syllable. So it's Saṅgho.
Saṅgho.
Yes.
Saṅgho.
Yes. So all the Saṅgho you must remember. Saṅgho.
Saṅgho.
Oh, you are a very good student. Okay, students. All right, Sister Cindy.
Okay, thank you, sister.
All right.
Okay. Supatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho. Ujupatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho. Nyaya Patipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho. Samici Patipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho.
Another good student.
Thank you, sister.
Okay, let me just check a little bit of your mistake, but you're a good student.
Okay.
Bhagavato, not Vatto.
Okay.
One T only.
Bhagavato. Okay.
Not Vat.
Okay. Bhagavato.
But the A is short. So normally easier we say Bhagavato. So we won't make it long.
Bhagavato.
Not what? Bhagavato.
Bhagavato.
Yes. Bhagavato.
Bhagavato.
Yes. Then this one, Uju. Both are short. The both U are short. So it's Uju Patipanno.
Ujupatipano.
Yes, yes. Okay, then last one, Nyayapati. The second A is short. Nyayapatipanno.
Nyayapatipano.
Good, good. Yes, yes. Okay, good. Next one.
Thank you, sister.
Right, thank you, Sister Cindy. Okay, Sister Ang.
Okay. Supatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho. Ujupatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho. Nyayapatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho. Samicipatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho.
Bravo. Excellent, Sister Ang. Okay,
Thank you,
Sister
Sister.
Easy now.
Supatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho. Ujupatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho. Nyanyapatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho. Samicipatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho.
Very good, very good. Only one. Let me just say Supati, not Supati. Supatipanno.
Supatipanno.
Again?
Supati.
Not Su. Su is long, is short. Supati.
Supatipanno. Okay.
Yes.
Supatipanno. All right.
Yes, good, good. Oh, good. Next one. Sister Doreen.
Supatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho.
Ujupati.
Ujupatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho. Neya patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho. Samici patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho.
Okay. Very carefully you look at this the phonetics. Okay. Some points to remind you. Is Supati. Remember, it's short. Supatipanno.
Panno.
Yes, again?
Panno.
Yes, correct. And then again, this Sangho.
Sangho.
Not Sangho. You see, S-A-N with a dot is, you see, Sister Sumitra has put on top, is pronounced as Sang.
Sang.
The N with the dot is NG. So it should be S-A-N-G, one syllable, second syllable, G-H-O.
Sangho.
Yes. So the N with the dot is always NG.
Sangho.
Yes, Sangho, correct.
Sangho.
Yes. So also we, when if you can, is Sangho.
Sangho.
Yes, excellent. And then Samichi, the last line.
Samichi.
The I is short. Okay, so we go Samichi Patipanno
Samicipatipanno.
The second I is the I is short. The first I is long. The second I is short. So it's Samicipatipanno.
Samicipatipanno.
Yes, very good. Okay, next one. Sister Pixim.
Supatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho. Ujupatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho. Nyayapatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho. Samicipatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho.
Oh, very good, very good. Okay. Oh, have finished, huh? Did I miss anybody? Nobody. Okay, good. We finished all this. So how much time do we have? Let me see. Almost time. So
Less than 1 minute, sister.
yeah, less than 1 minute. So okay. So any questions? So remember this one, this Atta Purisa Puggala. Atta means 8. Then the first line, the Chattari is 4 pairs. So it took me a long time to understand what is this 4 pairs of people and the 4 pairs and the 8 types of people. So I remember the Ratana Sutta also, we had this, these 4 pairs. Let me just find. Ratana Sutta. Next page, let me see. Let me just share with you. So in Ratana Sutta, we have Ye Puggala Atta Satang Pasatta. So these four pairs of people and the 8 types, they are the noble ones. The noble ones. It took me a long time. I was wondering what this is. Okay, so I just share with you. Okay, now we go back to the main room. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, sister.
You all have worked very hard.
All fast learners,
Yeah, all very hardworking. Yeah, so I think they practiced at home.
Yes. Yeah, okay. All have come, yes.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll nominate them to chant, maybe 1 or 2 to chant,
Yeah.
You do the correction later, but I will just listen.
No need to do correction, I think. Just let them chant.
Sister Kul will nominate first, group 1 first, Sister Kul.
Okay. Can I have Sister Hong Kiang to chant the Saṅgha Vandanā?
Supatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho. Ujupatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho. Nyayapatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho. Samicipatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho. Yadidang Chattari Purisa Yugani Atta Purisa Puggala Esa Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Ahuneyo Pahuneyo Dakineyo Anjali Karaniyo Anutarang Punya Ketang Lokasati.
Oh, I didn't teach the second part.
Yes.
Yeah, we were concentrating on the first slide. Yeah. Okay. Back to you, Ratan.
Okay, so Sister Lily, you nominate 1 to chant.
Like to invite Brother Lo to chant. Brother Lo.
Okay.
Thank you, Brother Lo.
Supatipanno bhagavato Sāvaka Saṅgho Ujut Patipanno Bhagavato Swavaka Saṅgho Nyanya Patipanno Bhagavato Swavaka Saṅgho Samici Patipanno Bhagavato Savaka Saṅgho Yadidam Chattari Purisa Gugani Atta Purisa Pugala Esa Bhagavato Swavaga Saṅgho Ahuneyu Pahuneyu Dakineyu Anjari Karinyayu Anutaram Punya Ketang Lokasati.
Sadhu, Brother Low.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Low. Brother Tan. The floor is yours.
Yeah, let us listen to the chanting. Unless you have questions to ask, others we listen to the chanting. Yeah, we can spend around 5 minutes maybe now, okay? Can one more to chant? What about the Dhamma Vandanā? Have you finished that?
Dhamma Vandanā, yes. We went through the Dhamma Vandanā. Sister Cindy? Sister Cindy is quite new, so it's a good opportunity for her.
Okay. Thank you, sister.
Yes.
Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Satitiko Akalihiko Ihipisiko Opanihiko Pachatang Viditabo Vinyuhiti.
Yeah, she's new, but she's quite enthusiastic about chanting, so very happy for her.
Thank you, sister.
Thank you.
So, Lily, for Dhamma Vandanā?
Sister Jolene, would you like to chant for us?
Okay. Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Sanditiko Akaliko Ehipasiko Opanayiko Pachatang Veditabo Vinyuhiti.
Sadhu.
Yes, any questions before we end?
Brother Tan, I have one question, Dhamma question.
Okay.
What is the difference between Nibbana, Nibbana, and the other one is Nivarana?
Nivarana is different. Okay, Nivarana. The 5 Nivarana are the 5 hindrances. Yeah?
Okay.
So Nibbana is our ultimate peace.
Okay.
Nivarana are the hindrances. The 5 Pancha Nivarana. The hindrances that will hinder you from progressing in your practice. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Oh no. So anybody else?
What is Deva Dhamma? This question was asked a few years ago in the senior exam. What is Deva Dhamma? But I can't find an answer to that.
Divine virtues, fear to sin. Okay. Yeah. Fear to sin is very good, like moral shame. In our terminology, we call it moral shame.
Okay. All right.
Which we all Buddhists have. So we are if you don't have moral shame in you, you become a very immoral person. Moral shame is a very important quality. Because like I've said, without moral shame, then become very immoral in our life. Right? So moral shame is very important. We must cultivate that also. Yeah. Okay, good. We'll talk about that later. Yeah. Anything else before we end? Okay, not means we will end our session. So next week we hope to cover the Buddha Puja, and then subsequently we will do the Metta Sutta. Okay. We will explain. Okay, next week we will explain the significance of the Buddha Puja, the offerings. And then when we do the Karanya Metta Sutta, we may need 2 weeks for that at least. And then if time permits, we will continue with the Mangala Sutta. Then for your practice, I suggest you join our Thursday class or Sunday or Tuesday classes. We do practices and revision there. So if there are no further questions, we will just conclude our session tonight. So brothers and sisters in the Dhamma, you have made great effort to come for this session. You have shown great interest, and I'm sure your mind stayed focused during the lesson, during the session. And when your mind is focused, we always say that when your mind stayed focused and very concentrated with learning the Dhamma, learning the puja, learning the chanting, there are no unwholesome thoughts that came to your mind. Your mind was free from greed, hatred, and delusion. And during such time, you accrue abundance of merits. And these merits we always dedicate to our protective devas, and we hope that they will rejoice in these merits, and they too will eventually attain the perfect bliss of Nibbana. And by virtue of these merits, may they continue to bless us with good health, longevity, success, happiness, prosperity, and above all wisdom to continue to walk the Buddha's path. We must also recall to mind the name of our loved ones who are no more with us, and also all our previous ancestors whom we have never met before. We hope that if they are reborn on the celestial planes, they too will rejoice in these merits, and they too will eventually attain the perfect bliss of Nibbana. And we hope that they will, by which these merits will shower unto us their choices, blessings, and protection. Our aspiration, as always, may we be blessed with the company of the good and the wise always. May we not follow the ways of the foolish. May we be blessed with good friends and good teachers who can guide us along the path of the Dhamma until we reach the final liberation Nibbana. Etavata cha amhehi sambatang punya sampadang sabbe deva sabbe satta sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampati siddhya idam me nyati nangotu kita hontu nyatayo idam me nyati nangotu kita hontu nyatayo idam me nyati nangotu kita hontu nyatayo imina punya kammena mame bala samagamo Tang samagamo hotu yavani panapatiyam sadhu sadhu sadhu